What's going on, everybody? Mel here, Darkside of the Grill. Make sure you're hitting subscribe, hitting the bell, doing all of that. Got a sweet cook for you today. We're going to be doing beef dip sandwiches, the old school Italian way, with a huge smoked eye of round. So right now we're going to prep this guy up. We're going to trim her down, get her absolutely beautiful and ready to go. Then we're going to get the big green egg fired up, get this thing on there and smoking. Going to show you the au jus and everything else. Make sure you stay tuned. I really hope you hit subscribe, because support Mel. That's what I'm saying. Just support Mel. I try really hard with these. I love it when you guys drop it in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. Absolutely. Do it for the love of cooking. Do it for the love of grilling. And I do it for you guys. And I always appreciate the feedback. Always appreciate feedback. So thank you very much for that. This beautiful monster eye of round. Look at the size of this thing. Alberta beef. Oh, look at that. Just huge. And so beautiful. Get rid of that nastiness. Now we're going to rub her down real quick. Boom. A little bit of blood. So we got some silver skin to deal with. Fat cap, I'm 50-50, whether I want to leave that on there or not. Of course, we want this. It's a very lean cut already, right? So I'm not too worried about it, but we want to slice this up for sandwiches is the goal. Probably going to do some vacuum sealing too. Fat is flavor though, right? So we don't want to take too much off of everything, but let's see. It's not like jerky, right? Not like jerky. Anytime you cook some of the sandwiches off of this meat, right? You're going to be bringing this meat to temp anyway, so I'm not going to be terribly concerned about the fat. More so concerned about that silver skin. Alright? Got to get rid of that silver skin. Because we want to get our rub in there. We want to get all that flavor in there. Also the au jus. Wait until you see the au jus. We want this thing to be dripping into that pan for sure. And one last little bit. I'm going to keep that fat cap on here. And when I carve for lunch today, I'll be carving the meat mostly around that fat cap. And then when I do the vacuum sealing, I won't be saving the fat cap for the stuff I do with the vacuum sealing. Just makes it easier to process. There we go. Right on. Well, not much of a fat cap here, but let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Okay. I'll push this stuff aside into the garbage can. And there she is. Okay, so now that she's ready to go, peel the hard stuff off of this fat cap. Okay, perfect. Beauty. Now, this guy is going to go right here. Boom. This is actually how we're going to cook it too, just like that. Up there. She's going to go in the big green egg now for part 2. The vegetables. Cutting board, knife number 2. Alright, time for our onions. Like I said, we're going to chop these big because we're going to be using them in the jus, in the au jus, and also on our sandwiches. So that's going to be super deadly. 2 onions, 2 whole onions. Should do the trick, maybe 3. We'll see. I love onions. So we'll see what happens here. Okay. Alright, so nice and easy. Big rings. That. Alright, flip her down. Oh, everything's so slippery. Now I'm in a hurry, trying to catch up from all that trimming I did. Don't do it, Mel. Don't be in a hurry. Almost lost my thumb once doing this, so. I'm a huge sucker for beef soaked onions, let me tell you. On that beautiful, I got a baguette. For these Sammies, they're gonna be amazing. Stay tuned. So good. Okay, so that should be plenty enough onion. Lift you up, onion, and you go. Into the pan, and now we'll do a couple of peppers. Peppers. Just crack it open. A little bit of meat on the insides. Italian red peppers. Gotta love them. Got a wonderful Italian market over here. These things, I like to cut them just round, leave them almost whole, chop, chop, chop for pizza. Oh, they're some kind of good. These ones we're going to want to go the long way. Oh, those onions are barking at me now. Right. Come on. Silly onions. Good fresh onions. Okay, peppers, peppers, peppers. Love red peppers. Oh, quit it. I should have wore scuba goggles, man. When the last time an onion kicked my butt like that. Holy cow. Good onions. Now, a bit of the story of the au jus here. I prepped her in advance just because I didn't have a liter of beef broth, to be honest with you. Okay. Okay, peppers and onions, there you go. Peppers and onions in the pan. Fantastic. Now here is my pre-made beef broth, which is already deadly. And then this guy, it's going to reduce a bit. Put a splash of water in there, just to keep going. Perfect. It's going to reduce a bit, but it's also going to be awesome with this guy dripping inside of it. So there we go. Now, there's the veggies, and it's time for the rub. Now the rub I'm going to put right above it. Let the rub fall right into the pan. Because we're going to strain this off at the end anyway. This is kind of like a Montreal steak spice. This is Rob Reinhardt sent a trial of a steak rub that is now in production. He's got a killer steak shake that you have to check out, and that's what this is. This was the first run of his steak shake that is now in full production, and I can't wait to taste that on here. As soon as I tasted it, I was like, that's it. I have to do beef sandwiches with this steak shake. Look at that, just perfect. salty, tasty, and then fine ground pepper, and that's gonna just kick this crust up a little bit. Not coarse ground, this is fine ground. Fine ground is gonna stick to her real nice. Notice I didn't use a binder. You could use a binder. I get worried a lot of the time with binders blocking the smoke penetrating the meat, right? There we go. Actually, now's a good time to talk about this. A cut like this where you know you're going to be shredding it or cutting it, it wouldn't kill you to throw a crosshatch in that fat cap. Just to get that rub, right? About a 1/4 inch. Get that rub inside of there anyway. Oh, those onions. Look at this. How deadly is that? Right there. Now we're going to take her out, get that big green egg fired up, get her smoking. This guy's going to go hit it. This cook's halfway done already, people. Thanks for staying tuned. Now let me show you how we're going to set this big green egg up for this deadly cook. We want to go kind of low and slow, kind of hot and fast. Get that pan out of here. We're going to go indirect. Indirect. Get some of those beautiful charcoals in there. Bottom bag, there we go. Mix that up. And bottom vent. Now, like I'm always telling you guys, we're up in Canada, right? It's cold up here. It's -10 right now. Got a bit of a problem. Let me show you. Uncle Mel's got a way to fix this. We're doing this anyway, so. Now I'm just warming it up a bit. Just warming it up ever so much. Look at that. There we go. There we go. I'm going to hit it on the inside too, right? While we do our little fire in the hole time, everybody. And that's what we call a fire in the hole, everybody. Getting these coals fired up with that beautiful eye of brown. That'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know me, I like to get things done quick. So we're getting these coals just fired up. And like I told you, we've got that top vent is stuck right now, right? It's frozen shut. These Canadian prawns, we're just warming it up now. Just warming it up. Around here. Just like that. Right? Warm. And there we go. There we go. No problemo. These little things. Another thing, little pro tip. Little pro tip for your Canadian egger. When I do a big cook in the middle of winter, I'll lay parchment paper on the gasket. Yeah, just that wax paper. When I'm done my cook, I'll shut it. You know what that's going to do? Keep the moisture from freezing into your seal and freezing your eggs shut. If that's ever happened, you -40, you come out here to do a brisket, right? And you end up ripping your seal off because it's frozen shut. Now you don't have to. Parchment paper before you shut her down when it's super cold. Trust me, save your gasket. Right on, we're locked up. We're gonna go inside, finish getting that thing ready, bring her out. We're gonna be knocking this thing out. I would like to say 275. 250, 275. 3 big, huge chunks of that beautiful, you know what, let's do 4. 4 big chunks of that hickory. Oh yeah, there we go. 4 big chunks of that hickory in there. And as she burns out, it'll catch another chunk, burns out, catch another chunk. We're gonna smoke this beef up just right. That sweet, smoky beef. We're gonna put her in a pan, so indirect is the way we're cooking it. Gonna throw this guy back in there, throw the grill grate back on there, and then the pan's just gonna sit over top. I'll clean that up once it's hot. Right on. Here we go, everybody. All right, people, we're at 250, locked in, dialed in, that beautiful blue hickory smoke. We're there, baby. We're there. Time to get her going, get her on. Oh, look at that. Indirect on the big green egg. Hickory smoke, that au jus. Everything is set up, ready to go. Fat cap up, cross hatch. That's it. Those veggies, this is gonna reduce a little bit. We might even have to add some water. We'll see what happens. We're gonna check on it in about an hour. If you got a probe right now, it'd be a great time to throw it in there. I like to just fly by the seat of my pants for the most part. It is what it is. I'll be out here in an hour to check on it anyway. We'll know exactly where it is. I'm looking for 125 internal temperature. I definitely don't want to cook this thing too much. We want a medium rare for sure. It's going to cook down a bit anytime you have to heat it up to put it on Sammy's, even when you vacuum seal it. So we're keeping that in mind throughout the cook. This is going to be deadly. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, I got a sneaking suspicion. It's been about 2 hours. I got a sneaky suspicion that we're done here. Give me 120s. Yeah, we're done. Perfect. Alright, 125. We're ready to pull her. She's looking good. Got that nice crust on her. We still got the au jus, which is fantastic. I'm going to go grab my gloves. We're going to pull this off. I will see you back in the kitchen. We're going to let her rest for probably half an hour. We want to actually cool her off in the fridge if we can. And then we're going to slice her up, get ready for the meat sandwiches. Alright everybody, here's the au jus with the vegetables that came off from underneath that roast. Take a look at that. The smell in this kitchen right now is just insane. I can't even explain to you how excited I am for this. Here we go. Oh, absolutely fantastic. So we're going to strain off everything. These vegetables, they're not a waste. These are going to be our sandwich topper. We're going to mix this in with the beef after we do it shaved. Right now that beef is sitting there cooling off. Cooling off, getting ready for us to slice into. There we go. Right there. Take a look at that au jus. Oh, this is heaven. Absolutely perfect. Smoked beef au jus seasoned up with that onions, red peppers. How I made that now, I did beef broth, one whole container of beef broth in there with a ton of Worcestershire, some of the Maggi seasoning. You can get your hands on this Maggi seasoning, it's deadly. Absolutely deadly. And then it also had the rub that we put on the roast that fell off and fell into it. It had the hickory smoke that was happening around it, as well as all the grease and the juices that were dripping off of the roast into this, incorporated into it, infusing everything. Look at these vegetables. Hold on. Look at those vegetables. Beautifully marinated, cooked just to perfection. Just to perfection on the big green egg with that au jus. I cannot wait. So now it's bread time, people. Got this beautiful big old baguette. Beautiful big old baguette. B. There we go. We're going to take this, we're going to cheese it up, we're going to smoke it on the big green egg. This would be 3 Sammys right here. 3 Sammys down the side. We're going to butterfly it real nice. Alright, there we go. Open it up. And then we got, I believe we got a Monterey Jack cheese that we're going to fill these things up with. And then we're going to throw them back on the big green egg. We're going to do them over the charcoal, indirect. Warm it up, melt that cheese up on the big green egg. Now you could shred this, you can slice it, it's totally up to you. I'm going to go like the old Donair shop style. Give you some nice thick sliced cheeses. Oh yeah. Look at that. Just perfect. Oh, my kids are going bananas in the other room there. It's like they subconsciously know what's happening out here. All of the awesome. The cheese, and I'm telling you people, the cheese makes this. Smoked buns, right? Come on. Smoked buns make this. That beef, that beautiful beef that's cooling off right now. I can't wait to show you the slicing of that thing. Oh. Like I said, aged Monterey Jack. This is going to be a showstopper, people. And we're going to take these out. The big green egg. There we go. Boom. Stay tuned. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, beautifully rested, cooled off just a bit. She's still pretty hot, but I'm gonna do this barehanded. My beautiful Darkside. This is the ham slicer, this one. I don't know if you saw Game of Thrones, the needle, right? That's what this one reminds me of, but check this out. Cooked on the big green egg, low and slow. Now she ran up a little bit on me, but that's okay. Ho ho ho! This eye of round is gonna be perfect. Look at this. You want that shredded beef? You want that shredded beef? I want that shredded beef. Look at that. What are you talking about, Mel? Let me show you. Let's get. Look at that. Look at. Oh. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect shaved beef for these beef sandwiches. I'm just going to shave enough right now for sandwich number one. And we're going to make sandwich number one together. And then I'm going to get the family ready and we're going to have our own beautiful shaved beef dinner. This is it. There we go. Look at that. How do you say no to this? First off, like how do you say no to this? Look at that. All right. Let me grab a quick plate here. Oh, you know what? Let's just put you on there. Move you over here. And now let's make a sandwich time, everybody. Absolutely perfect. This beautiful Monterey Jack on the baguette, smoked. There we go. Got that beautifully shaved beef. Layer her up here. There we go. Oh, just perfect. Right, there we go. And then the peppers and the onions, hey? Oh, buddy. This is, I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but I know where I'm going with this. I'm going to pound down. This is, okay, split this in half because that's a big girl, right? Now, how would you eat this? How would you eat this? I'll show you exactly how you eat this. You take this, you give her the dunk, right? You give her the dunk, you give her the drip, and on the plate, you take her, you give her that dunk. There she is. Right, give her the drip, and on the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mel's beautiful beef dip on the big green egg, smoked to a beautiful medium rare. I can't tell you how much flavor is in this. The au jus is perfect, the beef is perfect, the onions, the peppers, everything. The baguette, I'm going back for another one, I don't even care. This is the one you've been waiting for. If you don't make this recipe, you're sleeping. You need to wake up and get on this. This is, I'm not even going to tell the family this is done. I'm going to eat all three of these myself. That's what's going to happen. Thank you for following along. Make sure you click subscribe, click that bell. Deadly stuff like this happens every single week. You don't sleep on that either. Get on that because you're missing out. You're missing out if you don't get to see this. This is real right here.